Yes, I'm
So we were
recording.
basically saying that the problem was you all along.
Not me.
Mhm.
The software I was using. Well, no, the hardware I was using. It was the board. It was the microphone. Is my light too bright? There it is. Yeah. Yeah. So it was technically your fault, but
It's never my fault. Like, I think we've established this.
because
Everything is your fault.
it is. Yes, supposedly. You're
Yeah.
back in the shed. It's warm enough.
Yeah, it's fine. It was only last week when it was like Baltic City,
Hmm.
you know?
It looks like a
So
green screen behind you.
I know it's my branding
Yeah, it
colors.
looks good. It looks like a green screen. No, it's not. Not it actually looks like as in like it looks like a fake background you have on.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a virtual background.
Mm. I don't know if
Nice.
it's your hair or what, but yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh. My hair looks like I don't know what it is today. And like I ran out and it was like really windy. So this is just for anybody who wants to watch this on our YouTube channel. Go have a look.
Tana's came back out. No,
I'm a little bit disheveled.
come here. So am I. I woke up at 20 going, oh my God. Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's a
when
podcast.
you messaged me, I was literally just like, yeah, I need to make a cup of coffee and then let's start this. All is
because
good.
we're so busy, guys. We're soups biz. Soups biz. So
Soups
Saturday
biz.
mornings is like what it's looking like for well, we'll get free.
Yeah, let's try and do it
plan
during
for
the week too.
we'll put it in the calendar after this for
Yeah.
But how was your week?
Well, the week was honestly like I know I keep repeating myself, but it is quite busy, but it was good. Like it was a really good week. I launched
Huge.
something
Yeah.
something, little
Oh
something
yes,
something.
girl.
Yes. So since like August, September last year, I've been wanting to roll out like some sort of a course or a program or a workshop, but I wanted to make it like really accessible for people so that it wasn't like digital marketing workshop and it was like really intensive over X amount of weeks because I feel like people need information, but they need it in like easy, digestible pieces, especially things like paid social, because that's a beast. It is a beast. So I wanted to roll out this, and then obviously it got busy. Then it was Q4, and everyone's just like manic. And then obviously for personal reasons, things couldn't happen for a while in 2021. But this week I was like, I'm just going to launch it because it's something I wanted to do. Yes. So I launched. Do you know what I did? I made myself accountable. I put it out that I'm going to launch it on the 16th, and that was on the 14th. And I was like, you have it almost ready. Like, just put it out there. So it's the MGFD Academy, and it's going to be a series of workshops that people can take. They're going to run, throughout the year. So there'll be different days, different times. So I have some that are like paid social focused, but I have beginners, advanced, and then I have a specific workshop for e-commerce. So people who are in retail who want to know everything about e-commerce, from your shop to, your commerce manager, to your catalog manager, to all of the ads you can do as specifically as a retailer. And then I have one called What the Fuck Instagram, or WTF Instagram, because, search is like, and it's essentially all about all of the new updates in Instagram and how to stay relevant. So it's constantly being updated. And I've one on TikTok, and I have a few more coming over the next couple of weeks as well. So if you want to have a look,
y'all gonna get schooled, son.
Well, the thing is, teaching is my passion.
Exactly,
like I love it. So I wanted it to be a big part of my business.
And when I saw it, because you were a pure snake about this, you didn't tell me about any of this. And we're supposed to be bras, like. Brah. And then you said it, and I was like, come here, what's this about? And you're like, oh, I can't reveal anything. I'm like, this bitch, like, what is this about? But then I saw the announcement, I was delighted, and I wasn't skeptical when I saw it. I was like, I know exactly what she's doing. I know she's top of the class when it comes to this stuff. But then I saw it and I was like, she's done such an amazing job, because the approach you've taken is so different to everyone out there at the moment. You have a lot of people and a lot of noise in that area of workshops and online schooling and all this kind of stuff. But what you've done is you've split the audiences fantastically: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. This kind of thing.
Yeah.
The e-commerce stack. Just the way you've done it, the way you've built the courses, it looks awesome. So congratulations!
Thanks, Jay.
I'm proud of you, and I'm looking best of luck with everything.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
sentimental thing for me.
I'm like, Jay's saying something nice. I'm so happy we're recording. But no, do you know what? I'm buzzing about it, and it's only the start of it. And I have like other workshops and courses that I want to roll out for very different people. So so there'll be something for everyone in there down the line. But yeah, I just prefer teaching in real time as well. You know, I prefer to like people to show up and like get the energy and get schooled.
Will you do something live when this all open back up? Like, will you do courses live somewhere? Or
in people person.
IRL, will say.
IRL. Yeah. So that's why in my website, it's basically like all on Zoom for now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Fix this hair. I need a haircut.
How was your week, Jay?
My week is good. Just busy. Do you know what I hate? And do you know what I love at the same time? Is client proposals. It's just, guys, I know you need them. I know I need to do them. It's just, so for obviously for people who don't know what I'm talking about, when you're in our game in the marketing world, when you're doing a service for someone, a lot of people, when you're talking to them about working with them, they'll ask for a proposal. Oh, and then it's literally sitting down for the bones of half an hour to an hour, figuring out what they want, how they want it, putting it on paper, and then sometimes you never hear back from these people, and you're like, I spent an hour of my life doing a proposal.
Yeah, it is. And I think when you worked, I'm sure when you worked in 96 as well, and like when I worked in other agencies, like pitches were massive because they always went out to like big brands, and you could be spending weeks on one pitch and up against big agencies, and you go and you pitch, and then there's 2 rounds or 3 rounds, like a job interview, and then you don't get it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, when you get it, it's like the best thing. Like, it's such an amazing feeling to get it. But when you don't, it's like everybody in the office is just crushed, and you're like, oh, and then you just do it all over again.
I find it quite hard to pitch through Zoom. I've done a few of them now, and I've secured 2. So let's say I think it was 5. I've secured 2. I'm waiting on response from 2, and I lost 1.
Okay. But well done.
Yeah, like it's fine, good. But it's just.
I know it's I know it's not the same as in person, and I think I mean, sure, since I started my company, I have literally met probably maybe 2 of my clients in person, and that's it. And I've had like projects that I've worked on, big projects with clients, and I've never met them in person. It's crazy because I'm such a people's person, and it's like, I find it weird now to meet a client. I'm like down the line, I'll be like, how does this, hello? Like, it's so strange to me, you know? Yeah. But it's going to be great when we can do that again, because there's nothing like just meeting them in person, sitting down, having a coffee, and just being like, this is what I'm like, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, you pick up the vibe, like the vibes. We jump into some headlines?
Yeah, but before we do, can we talk a little bit about who we're dedicating this podcast to? An amazing woman who just left such a lasting impression on every single person that she met. Her name is Natasha O'Donoghue, and most people would know her as Natasha Lynch. She unfortunately passed away yesterday, and it was a huge shock to, I think, everybody who saw the news about it. I think, like, you have your own stories with her. I have my own stories with her. She was the founder of Essential French. So it's a French and Irish grind school. So a lot of people in Cork know her as their grinds teacher who got them through French, you know, for the leaving cert. And like, she was just an amazing woman. And she had 2 young boys, you know, and it's heartbreaking. And I think everybody was just really shook when they heard the news. But she has made such an impression on everyone. Like, when I met her for the first time years ago, I think I was still in college, and she was giving a talk, and like, she was always so lovely, and she always made such an effort to like talk to you, and you know, she'd leave you little quirky voice notes on Instagram, and like, oh, you know, you'll cherish those forever. But like, she's been in the game for a long time, but she always just, like, when she entered a room, it was like she just brought so much energy to it. So condolences, thoughts, prayers with her family, with her friends, with everybody who's affected by her passing. But she will shine bright forever. Forever.
I met her a few times. We were on a few panel discussions together back in the days of Hooks. And she was just the nicest person. She's just literally so approachable. And what made me respect her the most, I think, was her business savvy. She was such an intelligent person when it came to business.
Yeah.
The essential French she knew was a young audience. It was tutorials. She created a character. She created a whole Snapchat world for these kids. And then through that, she just started sending out her courses and tutorials, and she was bringing on people. Like, it was just so impressive. But
and
it
for,
really
you
was, like,
know, for like Gen Zs who are moving into the marketing world, it's a shame that you'll never hear her talk or, you know, like experience what she could do, but you will hear her name. Like, she will be talked about for, I would say, for a long time in the
she has a
marketing
great
world as well.
legacy.
So
A great legacy.
absolutely. So rest in peace, Natasha.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Shine bright.
Shine bright. Let's jump into headlines. So, do you have some
Let's do it.
headlines, or do I have headlines?
You have the headlines this
I
week,
have
Jay.
thra
I had the headlines last week.
I have thra headlines. No, so an interesting one starting off was LinkedIn's developing a new freelance market platform to facilitate new opportunities. So, like, why haven't you done this 2 years ago? There's, like, obviously.
See, you know, I think this is off the back of the fact that, like, they're really after kind of breaking down what they do, right? Because they're now, you know, if you are a business owner, you can offer your services so that you, like, you're the offering services in on your homepage, and then it's all the keywords. So it's not just based off of your skill now, it's based off of what you put in there. So if you're a business owner, put in that section. It's like up by your picture, like a little edit profile section, so that if somebody's looking for your particular service, that keyword will trigger in the search. And then you have people who are like hiring, so you have the little hiring thingy section on people's things, and like the little profile picture that it changes into. But that's purple, because, you know, open to work is green, so hiring is purple, and it's basically for people who are hiring in the game, and then they can put in keywords and whatever. And then you have open to work, which is obviously people who are out of work, who are looking for jobs, and then they can add that little profile tag as well. So this kind of makes sense, because there's nowhere that's like freelancer, you know. And I think that like that does make sense, because it's like, it's not like you're open to a full-time job. And as a business owner, you might be, you know, an agency owner or looking for like bigger projects, but then there's nowhere in the middle for like freelancers who are like, I'm open for projects in this.
Yeah, it's huge.
So massive.
That's what I deal with. Like, with everyone, like the team I deal with at the moment for Ad32 is all freelancers. Like, I'm too small to take on staff like yourself, or just, you don't want to take on staff.
You partner with people you trust, and like, it's good as anything.
Yeah, it's a smart move, but like, come on, about time, LinkedIn. About time, bro.
Yeah, well, I think they need to do something now, because like Stories was a wah wah.
Well, Stories was a game-changing revelation for our entire industry in LinkedIn. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at everyone in my waiting room there.
Yeah, exactly.
All the leads I got from my stories.
Before, like, while this is going to segue nice into the next news headline. So YouTube says TikTok like Shorts feature will expand into US users next month. Just stop. Every bloody, like, everyone has stories now. Like, we don't need stories everywhere, but obviously they're seeing all that
YouTube have always had stories.
Yes, but this whole Shorts thing now, where they're trying to do the TikTok scenario of everything, like, just as you said, you've said it before, stay in your lane, guys. Stay in one thing and dominate. Like,
but I think that YouTube should, yes, obviously you can see, I think what's happening to the younger generation now is that when we were younger, because we're literally not that far apart in age, but when we were, but you're way older than me. When we were when we were younger, our rabbit hole was YouTube. Like, when I was younger, and especially in college, my God, I was in, like, it would be 3 or 4 in the morning and you're like, what am I watching? I'm still here. Like, that's what's happening to TikTokers, you know, like that's their new rabbit hole. So I think like YouTube is missing like that generation that they always had of like, oh, you're in your, like, you know, late teens or your early to late teens. This is, you know, YouTube was their channel to like go on, be on all day and go down that rabbit hole, share videos, comment and all that stuff. And now TikTok is taking that space. So YouTube is like, oh no, like, that was ours, like, that they're our generation to like to take.
But is this Shorts not basically for the generation that was doing the rabbit hole? Like, it's going to be so hard to pull them from TikTok. Is it not should they not be focusing towards us, or should it be a whole new ploy to get the audience after, like my son's audience, who's now 4 or 3? Do you know what I mean? Who's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah. And you see, I think that like young kids like Wyatt are used to YouTube because I'm
YouTube
sure that
kids.
So I think that like that, should they not focus on what's next from YouTube kids that keeps them there? Because yes, TikTok is great, but I think it's scary for TikTok users' parents, in that young space. So I think there's like parents feel a bit more comfortable with YouTube because there's so many parental controls and all that you can have on it.
You can
so
see
maybe they should focus on.
But then again, how you say that in a boardroom to a bunch of shareholders saying, we're going to focus on the 4-year-olds. Do you know what I mean? They're like, no, we want to see progress. We need to see stuff now. So it's just, I think it's a rock and a hard place for them. But
maybe they're making this move now as well, because before TikTok was like, we max out at 60 seconds. So watch the full version on YouTube. Whereas now with this kind of extended lengthened video, YouTube are like, oh, shut.
They were still getting the nod, like, But now what's pissing me off with this is people are starting to put their shorts up on YouTube. Like, stop.
I know. I have this thing. I don't like portrait videos on like YouTube.
On TV
and when people, I can't. Like, I can't. No. And I know we're like,
the background is different, or an image, or it's changed to some kind of graphic. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But once it's just black on black and it's the middle of the screen, I'm like, God damn it. I watch at least, like, honestly, like when I go home, I don't go to RT. I don't change the channel. I go to YouTube and then I go to Netflix and then I go back to YouTube. Like, YouTube is my kind of scrolling
It's your white noise as well, though. Yeah. Yeah, completely.
Like, easy. So that's like 3 hours. Well, no, 2 hours maybe some days on YouTube, whatever I'm watching.
Yeah.
If I'm watching a workshop or if I'm watching a press conference, it's longer, obviously, but it's interesting. Like, again, rock and a hard place, I think.
It's just because they're shaking now, because I'd say since TikTok were like extending their video lengths, YouTube are like, oh no, that's our thing. So we can't have them take over that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is there space for shorts and stories? Like,
well, I mean, personally, I don't really look at stories on YouTube, and I forget they're there, and then I tap on a creator's thing and I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Potentially for like trailers, maybe. Because obviously if you're looking at it on mobile, maybe like if you're like, this is the short version, or like have it as a featured video on your profile and have it as an option for portrait and landscape. But I think that they should just like, they should really just not partner with TikTok, but they should be working closer with TikTok creators to be like, keep creating your longer form content on our channel and we will facilitate that crossover between your short form to our channel and reward, TikTok referrals or whatever. I would do it that way versus being like, let's compete with them.
An interesting one came to air recently. Did you hear about the young girl in Italy who died from doing the blackout challenge from TikTok, supposedly?
No, my God, tell me.
This is where it connects. This is where this whole story connects. So last month, Italian authorities blocked temporary access to TikTok for users who could not prove their age. Following claims that a 10-year-old girl had died after taking part in the blackout challenge and part of the app. So this happened. It kind of got world coverage and this kind of stuff. And then TikTok announced on the 18th, which was 2 days ago, delighted to announce their new live stream partnership with the UFC. So people are like, young kids shouldn't have that much access to that much violence. Again, it's an interesting move. I think it's a massive play for TikTok. Because they're going for that audience of 17 to 35-year-old men or 40-year-old men who are massive fans of the UFC. Like they already have 6.3 million followers on TikTok. So what it is going to be is it's going to be exclusive content, interviews with the fighters before and after events, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
a massive move.
It's a massive move, but it's an odd time to do it. Do you think it's just? Do you think
without giving anybody anything, but what was the blackout challenge, Jay?
From what I remember, the blackout challenge wasn't it that you, like, even when I was a kid I actually did it.
Yeah, was it like the angel of death thing where it's like somebody kind of chokes you out and you're out of it?
Exactly, you're choked out. and you kind of black out for a second and you wake up and then it's like, oh, kind of a buzz and that whole feeling.
So that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hence the choking, because obviously MMA is all jiu-jitsu, it's all martial arts.
That's
so
terrible planning. And that's terrible.
I think what happened was obviously they were going to announce this launch because they have a big fight night on Saturday, and then this happened. But I think they just said we're going ahead with it anyway.
Just swept it under the carpet, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think TikTok, as they expand, I think they need to keep hiring, and they need to keep a massive, massive hold on everything that goes on in their app, because like, I mean, online bullying is terrifying, and I don't think they have a good grasp on it just yet. Like, I think people are just, like people in the comment section are just horrible. And I think that young people are extremely impressionable on it. So I think that they need to do a little bit more on that, to be honest, because they're growing so much that they need to continue to hire to handle things like that. When that happens, like with the blackout challenge, where's the resources for people to go if that terrified them? Like, it's just that kind of stuff. And then obviously with online bullying and stuff like that, there's not much, I don't see much being done on that proactively. But with the UFC stuff, I can see like TikTok are going to go very commercial. Because obviously if the UFC, and then you'll have like, obviously there's like going to be other events that they're like
NFL, hockey, all this kind of stuff.
The Olympics, all this stuff. I'd say that they're just like, we're now the exclusive partner. So, but with that, I think like that's, yes, the UFC is like, can be quite violent. But I think it's down to like, how are they going to
exactly? How is
manage?
Is it going to be like not a paywall, but an age wall where you can't access unless, unfortunately, you have to be 18 or over?
Yeah, but that makes sense though, because like, it is kind of like that age group. See, I think there's a difference because WWE is like so different.
Well, and then you have completely child friendly, so there's no blood, there's no violence.
Yeah, it's like, I think that maybe they'll partner with them at some other point and satisfy the younger generation, but age gap the UFC to 18 plus, because sure, all the brands that sponsor UFC are all huge, like betting and alcohol and all that stuff. So it's not an 18 under audience.
Yeah, and they don't put shows on pre-watershed, like it's after 8. The UFC usually is on.
Yeah.
So
well, in our country it's like 4 a.m.
I know, wrecks my life. Wrecks my life. But look, it's a very big move for TikTok. It's a huge audience they're going to get, I think, out of it. Be interesting to see what they do next.
Absolutely.
I have no more news.
Yeah.
3 major headlines. I say we keep it nice and short.
Nice and short
YOLO.
and sweet.
Follow of the week.
So mine is actually going to a previous student of mine.
Oh, here we go.
I know, but I feel like I need to be a bit more loud about my alumni. So this was she's actually very talented. She's her name is Roberta. And she was a student of mine. She took the digital marketing certificate course in CIT. So she was in my social media module. Her channel is Design by Roberta. So Design by Roberta. Just want to make sure that, so she is a graphic designer, but she does things like brand development, web design, and social media. But I just like, in the class, she was very much focused on like the look, the feel, like all the presentations she did were just fantastic. But since then, she's kind of went out and she's, launched her own company, and she works with loads of businesses doing amazing graphic design. She's worked with a couple of previous clients of mine as well. Sorry.
It looks great.
But I love people who share information, So her page is full of like loads of nifty kind of tips and tricks.
Massive stuff.
Like loads of tips for your social media, for your graphics. She does like the kind of cool, digital design. Yes. Like the like illustration digital design. Yeah, she does all that too. Like, and I just think that's so cool. And I find her videos where she does that like really relaxing to look at, But even like her recent post, I shared it last night as well, where she has like really quick instructions as to how to remove a TikTok watermark from your videos, so you can post them in Reels without the watermark. And it's just really quick and like snappy tips. But she's a lovely, lovely, lovely woman.
Followed.
Yay. And she just, yeah, and like I've heard really good things about, like, from clients behind her back about how they love just working with her and how she just really got who they were and designed amazing things for them. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she's a lovely, lovely woman. So give her a follow, designed by Roberta. Even graphic designers give her a follow as well, because how she promotes herself is quite good too. You know, how she promotes her business and her services, as well as like her serious talent. So yeah, designed by Roberta. There you go. Instagram follow.
My follow of the week is an absolute pain in my ass. It really wrecks my life. But Muriel Foley, MGFD, I'm shouting you out, kid, for the academy. I think it's going to be huge for you, and definitely check out Muriel's Instagram, Muriel Foley, MGFD. Change that, I think, do you? It's a bit long.
It's grand, okay? Because if people search Muriel Foley, they'll find me, because my title, my name. It's fine. Leave it alone, Jay. Yeah, because you see, I was Muriel Instagram for so long that people called me like Muriel Instagram, and then when I changed it, they were like, "What are you doing?" You know, it's like when somebody has a username that, like, I have some people on Instagram that if I saw them walking down the street, I'd be like, and in my head, I'm like, wait, that's their Instagram name. What's their name? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Best of luck with it. Today's Pro Bono is a great looking page called Muriel Foley MGFD, where we have to
where we're going to rip her to shreds. We're going in blind with this one, I think, with this Pro Bono, which I'm kind of excited about. Connor King Base. And Connor, if you're listening, the only reason that I know that is because at the very, 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 very start, we were like, who we do Pro Bono for? We looked you up to make sure we had your username, and then I was like, just exit the app and let's just go through it in real time. So we're doing it like cold. We're going in bland.
I went first. You go now. Last time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So so I'm appearing here as this is my first impression of you. Okay. I think that this page is a personal page. I don't think that it's a business page, for the simple fact that there is no link, there is no call to action, and there's also no title underneath his name.
Yes.
I have a feeling that this is a personal account and not a business account or a creator account.
You're correct, I'd say.
I feel like, so, and just the fact that it's quite it's like grid and tagged, so it just feels like you, like, obviously this was a personal account. I would suggest moving it to a business or a creator account, because you are a musician, because you'll get your insights, you know. And I think that, like, people tend to ignore their insights, and I'm such a data person. Like, you need to know how your content is performing, especially if you're looking at things like growth and things like reach, especially for musicians, because you want to be able to reach a larger audience. But obviously he's part of a group called Milk the Music, loving the name of that, and they're verified on Instagram. But I think for yourself, obviously it is kind of a personal branding situation. So it's not that you necessarily need a logo or branding for yourself at all. And I like the fact that you have a highlight called Jams with a Z, like, class. But I do think, and you have a lot of videos of you playing, but man, I would turn them into reels. Because if you do reels, people can use your audio in their reels. And then that's how, like, I don't know if this guy is on TikTok, but
literally just searching it. Go on.
Yeah, because like TikTok is a place for musicians, and I don't know if it was maybe 1 or 2 podcasts ago where I talked about my friend Ella Ryan Music, who went on TikTok, who got like thousands of followers in her first like 2 days or something, and she got bookings for loads of gigs, when we opened back up, and like, all this kind of stuff.
There, right?
Yeah. So, but I would approach your Instagram like similarly to TikTok, where reels are going to be a big opportunity for you to expand. So like, people are going to start using audio from other people's reels. I know it's not really something that people are doing just yet, because they're kind of like, well, I'll take my TikTok video or I'll create my reel with audio, like a music overlay, but you can use other people's audios in reels as well. So it's just that opportunity to just reach a new audience and get your music out there from more people. So the videos of you playing music, turn those into reels. I know you'll be capped at 30 seconds, but it will just allow you to get that reach further. And you never know, like, if it blows up, then it'll go even further than that. So so that's kind of those would be my pointers, is change your account to a creator profile, because you need to start looking at your insights. Then change like your your approach to your videos to change them into reels so that people can, use your sounds. Maybe update your highlights as well, like get more highlights going, like get people to get to know who you are so that, they can kind of get to know your personality too. But yeah,
Job.
That's
me. One major thing about updating your profile as well, buddy, is when you change the creator thing, put your link for Spotify link in the bio, bro. That's where they go. Do you know what I mean? That's where the milk the music, like any stories you do, any reels, link in bio, make sure to check us out. Like obviously drive all traffic to Spotify or wherever you're, I'm guessing it's Spotify, but
or SoundCloud or wherever.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm loving the idea. Like I love their Milky Music's look. I love the kind of cloudy filter. I love that idea. I like that you're putting up a lot of high quality stuff of yourself. A lot of people wouldn't do that. I think it's great. Even I don't know if you're live streaming these things, or if you're, I think that could be a good audience for you, live streaming when you're jamming. A lot of people love that kind of just seeing how bands come up with songs, this kind of stuff. I think you're right about reels. Like he's on TikTok, so he is giving it socks. He's won near 2,000 hits, like that stuff. Just make sure hashtags are very important. TikTok and reels. Keep just whatever in the niche that you're in. I would even look at the idea, man, of a Instagram story / TikTok vlog. Like I see here, you have a tour happening: Dublin, Galway, Limerick, Paris, Glasgow, Manchester, Birmingham, London. Like that's class. Start vlogging. Like you do it with your phone. Like literally use the back of your phone, show the lads having the crack, this kind of stuff. People love watching that. And even if you're doing, if it's a 30-second reel of you in Galway, a 30-second reel of you in Limerick, like you might have someone who'll be able to create this content for you behind, as who's doing the marketing for you or whoever it is, or if not, you can do it yourself very quickly.
But
that's
a good idea.
Yeah, I just think people love that stuff. Like, why not bring them on the road with you? Do you know what I mean? Even if you wanted to, you could do it a series of photographs. If you weren't happy with video, if you weren't comfortable with video, I think you should do video, but a series of photographs per location could work as well.
I think if he's doing a tour, he should start playing a song and play it in each city, like in front of a landmark, and then stitch it all together. So it'll be like you're starting the song in like Dublin and you're finishing it in like Birmingham. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, or you could do
I like those through time videos where it's like really smooth and you're like starting with something or whatever. Anyway,
I was going to say where he could do it where he's on stage and it's one of their songs and it starts in Dublin and every plays through the song in Galway, Limerick, and it finishes on whatever the last night, and then you see the audience and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
cool.
Why we dominate this game, Muriel. We have the same
But I do you know what I'd say? Like, I really feel for musicians as well during lockdown, because like they haven't been able to play to an audience, which is like their adrenaline and it's their serotonin. So I completely, like, I feel for musicians, really, really do, at this time as well. So keep the head up as well.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll be out of it soon.
So Connor, 3 dots top right of your Instagram, go to your account, go down to the very bottom, switch to professional or creator. I think creator account is best.
Creator account, yeah.
And then more reels. I like the live videos you're doing. Dusting off some simp, like it looks good. Yeah. I don't think you need to brand. I don't think you need the kind of color schemes. I don't think you need that stuff. I think you just need good images, good video, and good audio, obviously.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Hope that helped. If you want to get your Instagram or your brand pro bonoed, make sure to, the best thing to do is email us at contentiskingpodcast@gmail.com and then hit us up saying, hey, love the podcast, obviously, and that you want to be pro bonoed. And we'll definitely look into it, guys, for you, all right? Room 101.
Yes.
Do you have one?
101. I kind of have a mini one.
Oh, okay. So
do you have one?
My wife said, wow.
It is 9:00 on a Saturday morning. I was not ready for that.
That's what she said as well.
Oh my God. I do not condone this behavior. I do not.
Room 101, let's go.
Room 101. So, okay, mine is really small, right? It's basically TikTok. You know, when you choose a cover for TikTok, it like it's a motion one.
Yeah.
So please choose a good cover. Oh, hi.
Young man, what are you doing here?
Hi, Wyatt.
We're doing a podcast. Go on out. Get out.
Oh, he's the best.
Go on downstairs. Go on.
I was expecting Jules to like run in and be
It's
like that news.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Sorry. So, like take opportunity from that, because if somebody's visiting your profile and you have a kind of an unusual cover where it's like either like try to find that pinpoint of like you with an expression or like, something that's happening that's actionable, that's like a moving something or running something, or like, if it's a business and it's a packing video, that it's like a reveal almost like a loop. Try to think of like your cover as like, this is what people may click on to watch this video. So if you have a small page and you have a small following, it means nothing, because you could blow up tomorrow and have thousands of people looking at your page. So treat it like never delete content, obviously, because people, once you blow up or if you blow up or anything like that and you've thousands of followers, they will go back and look at your other videos. So try to imagine your page and like that cover as like a little trailer for what's in the video. So try to pick like something that's going to catch their eye and go, what's that? I want to see it. So my 101 is when people don't do that, and then their like cover is like either fading to black or it's like just nothingness, and it's just
the
like
feed looks terrible then as well.
Yeah, it's like they're not really like, there's no movement and there's no excitement in it. So if you want your profile to be like high energy and like just something that you're like, I want to watch that video, I want to see what that, like it is a kind of a boomerang style thumbnail, then make it quirky, like make it like so that people will want to tap on it and look at it.
Do you remember boomerangs? They were huge for a time.
Yeah, I know. Some people still, they'll all be back when we're back in the pub, like they will.
The glasses, the
glasses, the cheers.
All the girls, like
I'm that person.
Girls, like you are that
and I'm
person.
like, but you have to start it going out and then back in, as opposed to going in and then out.
God, the fact you said that makes me hate you even more.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. You know what? If I will do 500 boomerangs when I'm back in the barracks, I'll be so bloody happy. I'll be like, yes, we're back. Anyway. Sorry, what's your 101? Room 101.
Scheduling softwares, man, they're fucking bullshit. Not one of them can just give us everything. One of them does stories, one of them does this. Like, why can't I find one scheduling software that lets me do everything? I'm on Hootsuite at the moment. You can't schedule video and photos together. Why not? Then I can't do a carousel on Hootsuite. I have to get a notification to post it manually. It's like, I have clients. I don't have time for this shit. I want to schedule shit out and I want to get it done. And why can't I do it? I know later.com is good for Instagram, but I don't want to be paying 2 monthly subscriptions for.
Yeah. But like Later in terms of Instagram is amazing. And I really like the way that it gives you like your feed and how it can look. And you can schedule stories on Later, but it's more that it just sets it up for you and you have all the copy and everything. So you can like, you have everything and it's like, do you want to post this now? So you still kind of have to hit that button, but it makes it that bit easier. But yes, it is like all of this is an investment, so I totally get it. Yeah.
Frustrating. Question for you. I had an interesting conversation the last day. It happened twice this week. So someone said it to me and I was like, I'm going to say this to Muriel.
Yeah.
The aesthetics of a face Instagram feed, are they important anymore?
See,
it's kind of gone out of touch, hasn't it?
I don't see. Look, this is something that I think, did I touch on this last week?
Just
Maybe.
Before you go, just aesthetics on the Instagram feed is basically those kind of sexy tiles and the kind of, it's all in one pattern and it all works together. If you're listening, what the hell is that?
So I saw this. This was actually sent to me by someone recently, or maybe it was whatever. It was like a post that a content creator did where it's like, why I don't care about my aesthetic on my feed anymore. Number 1, it's time consuming. Number 2, there's too much pressure to like keep it up. Number 3, Reels and IGTV aren't compatible with it or whatever, right? So I personally think that the aesthetic of your Instagram page, like your Instagram page, is always there for somebody to go to it and browse who you are, your brand, your service, your products. And if it's a really messy, clunky feed, 1 minute it's like a zoom in of your face, the other one is like something else, and they're like, there's no covers, there's no titles, there's no nothing, there's no flow to it, it's hard to navigate. Whereas if you go to a profile and it's really like, it is aesthetically pleasing, it's for the simple fact that it's just organized looking, and that you can get, maybe it's color coded. So it's like, one thing is to do with, for example, for you, it's like one is to do with your, like, if you're involved in like branding, storytelling, whatever, and like you have maybe a theme where it's like easy to navigate what I want out of it. And like, I personally think that the aesthetic is to make it organized, to make it appealing for new people. And if you can, like, obviously keep it up, great, but it gives you structure as well. So when you have an aesthetic and you're like, this post, like the post on the right is always this, the post in the middle is always this, because you can build it off those content pillars that like you talked about before, where it's like, it gives you structure, you kind of know what's coming next. And like, when you go to your page, it's like, if new visitors go there, it does make an impression on them. It makes a good impression on them as well. So personally, I'm pro aesthetic. Like,
I am too. I think it is just my what I said to them was, and it didn't shut them up. They were like, okay, I get you. I said, what that can do for you, that the aesthetic look is, it's an extra, it's an arm of your website, because they're an e-commerce website. And I said, if people go here and they're looking to buy from you, and your Instagram is shocking and it's all over the place, I said, they're not going to buy from you.
Yeah.
If you come, like, if they've been to your website, they like the product, they look at it, like on the 5 sales touch points, they say that one of the last ones is social media. They'll go to their social medias before they buy from you.
Yeah.
So when they click and it's kind of scattered and it's not looking well, or it's like, oh, as you said, hard to navigate. There's nothing worse. And there's the white tiles, or there's a black tile with the play button top right, and you're like, it actually gives me stress thinking about it. Like, it's like, what are you doing? But
and it's not just marketers or other marketers that care about your aesthetic, it's customers too. And like,
subconsciously.
Yeah, but you're like a client, like a couple of clients, like I've gotten their business because they're like, I love your Instagram. Like I binged watch your videos because they had titles and like I could see exactly what I wanted to know. And like, if you put that effort in, you do get the return on it,
Agreed,
so whether you're in the service industry or like, I think e-commerce, like 100%, they have to have some aesthetic, because especially if you have so many products, like you don't want your feed to just look like a boring catalog. It has to be branded, has to be exciting, has to stand out from everybody else. So yes, I'm pro aesthetic, and so
I'd say it too, because I had 2 people say to me this week, I was like, that's interesting. People obviously just kind of saying, why am I bothering if you're having the likes of TikTok, if you're having the likes of Reels, as you said, that don't want that look. I think it's still very important.
Absolutely. But you can have a branded cover.
You can. For
and
your
like
reels,
for your reels, and just have that branded cover for your reels or your IGTV, but like they can be natively recorded in reels or in whatever in IGTV, and then just have a branded cover. Like that's fine. Do it.
I hear that. Yeah. Come here. Great talk.
Great talk.
91% subscribed on iTunes. Thank you guys. If you are listening on iTunes, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the button, follow us.
Yes. Do it.
I'm a burp, excuse me, as I go.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Well, listen, everybody, enjoy your days, your weeks, your lives. Yeah. Embrace life.
Midweek next week, hopefully.
Yes. Embrace life, because life is short, and we'll remember Natasha. She had quite the joie de vivre.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice. Guys, have a great week.
Mind yourselves. Good luck. Bye.